Welcome in, welcome in, Wild Bohr Show. I'm Chris, the Wild Boar, and I am so glad that you are here with us today. Folks, we are literally taking this show to new heights. We are at the highest elevation in all of Oldsmar, and who knows, maybe beyond, that is physically possible. So it probably took us a lot longer just to get up here and get set up than it is to do this entire show. This beautiful lady that's sitting next to me, I'm going to introduce her in just a second. But before I do, I want to say thank you very much to my guests that we had Sergeant Major David McKinley. We had Thomas King Jr. from the Florida Firearms Academy. We had Major Aslin and Anthony from the Tampa Bay Brewing Company. And then on Friday, we had James Poulter from Chichi Rodriguez. And today, we have this beautiful Jessica Wright, who is with the Empower Adventures. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. A reminder to all of you, ain't 25, 30, 35, I get to 40. I am indeed a state licensed auctioneer, real estate broker. I can sell your house and everything inside. Folks, this show is supposed to be interesting, informative, and of course, entertaining. And I hope to goodness that you are of all of those things today. So I'm going to say hello, and then I'm going to brag about you for a second. We're going to talk about this really, really cool spot. So first of all, Jessica is amazing. She's originally from Indiana. She lived there for a while, went out to Texas for a bit. She's been in health and fitness. I know you can tell. She's in great shape. She owned a bunch of gyms. She's a special ed certified trainer. She worked with Clearwater Marine Science Center, helping kids in therapeutic ways with the marine mammals over there, the dolphins, etc. Which is interesting, the connection, because I feel like we all start there somewhere along the line around here. James Poulter had the same type of mention. I asked her how she ended up here, but before we get to that, brag a little bit more. Today, I am wearing my Oldsmar Little League baseball shirt because the Oldsmar Bats have a game tonight. There is a place called the Performance Courthouse here in Oldsmar, which is an indoor batting facility, and there's great training. And I bumped into her one day. Sure enough, she's got a couple guys. Her boys go to the Performance Courthouse and train as well. And she's a baseball mom who realized that there was actually a little bit of a void in time. We're going to talk about that as well. With all of that, I'm going to say hit the applause button, ladies and gentlemen. My friend and yours, Miss Jessica Wright. Welcome to the program. Nice and close, almost at zero.
Thank you, Chris. I'm happy to be here.
So we are literally way, way, way up here. What is our elevation, my dear?
So we're about 60 feet, which actually we have another platform that's 65 feet. So technically we're not in the highest.
What?
I know. I hate
What
to
do you,
disappoint you,
where,
but
where is it? Oh, that one over there. Logistic issue. I got you. All right. And so this place is called Empower Adventures, and you do a bunch of things. I'm going to let you kind of roll like it's an infomercial. You tell me a little bit about Empower Adventures, and if you miss something, I'll remind you.
okay, perfect. So our whole mission is to empower people through adventure. So we have 5 zip lines out here, 4 aerial obstacles. We have a beautiful 200-foot suspension bridge over there that walks over the water. Just the most amazing views around. On top of just zip line recreation, we do a lot of team building. So we have a lot of corporate and sports teams that come out. We do team building activities with them and then bring them up to the adventure side of things. In addition to the zip lines, we have paddle boards because we have this beautiful water and
Oh, yeah.
the Mobley Reserve out here. So we do paddleboard tours, we do paddleboard rentals, and then we had our very first summer camp this last summer, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So exciting to see the community out here and the kids, and just had a blast with them.
So you talked about sports teams. Who have you had out here? You had the Rays out here, the Bucks out
So
here.
we've had the Lightning out here. Actually, Carolina Hurricanes, their hockey prospects, they were just here. I know. They lost to the Lightning, so we didn't help them too much with team building.
You oiled it up a little extra. They got the small helmet. They didn't get the fun, cool hat. They didn't have all that.
But the
Nice.
Lightning, now they did win the Stanley Cup.
They
Here.
didn't
They
loosen
came to
their
us.
buckle or anything as they were going up.
No,
Okay,
no.
they're good. Okay, all
100%
right.
safety, 100% of the time, Chris. That's
Love
what
it.
we're about here.
I say that again. 100%.
100% safety, 100% of the time. So that's our number one guiding principle.
Which is
wanna
why
keep
we're
people
all
safe.
strapped in
That's
and
right.
harnessed up and helmeted in and all that other good stuff. I should probably wear a helmet a lot. You know, James Poulter said the other day, Chris, hey, well, boy, I believe you wear a lot of helmets. Like, yeah, I guess maybe I do. All right, team building. So what is a typical team building day, session, whatever you would call it? I come out here with my team, and I have to bring the program, or you provide the program, or how does that work?
Sure, we customize it. So, for example, we had the SPC softball team out here. We did some ground-based, just fun activities. All of our activities are about problem solving, working together. So we give them a goal. We use a model. We say get a grip, which is
Ah,
goals, responsibilities, interactions, and then a plan or process. And so we can customize it to your team. We have a lot of corporate teams that come out and they say, we're just feeling disconnected. So we create some activities that will get them connected, create some camaraderie, and have them working together as a team.
I love that. Now, did you ever think about like maybe cross-pollinating with Tampa Bay Brewing Company or our buddy Major and Anthony over here and having like beer at the end of the zip line, like they could get one and go, or no,
Well,
safety first?
Chris, the city of Oldsmar might frown on that, but
All
we
right.
do. We actually did partner with Tampa Bay Brewing, and we did zip and sip.
See?
So we did zip and sip. So they come out, they zip with us, they take a little mug over to see Major over there, and then get their sips after here. So
Look at that. See that? Our executive producer Trent nodding, thinking that I'm absolutely ridiculous. Is it the hat or the helmet? Just me. We actually lost it. I would love to at some point. We'll have to point over to this gentleman. What you can't see on camera, standing just to our right is Dylan. Dylan is the safety. He's the man.
he's our operations manager.
He's the ops manager. He's more than that. He's also the hat collector, fetcher. He makes sure that anything gets blown off the platform. He's there, problem solver. We're glad to have him. 100% safety, 100% of the time. All right. So they come out, they get a grip. Then they go get a sip, right? And they give it a rip. They do all that stuff. We can keep going with that. So, how do I get in? Like, I reach out. Is it one of these things that I could do it like with a day in advance? Can I do it right away? Like today, we were lucky because we had the blank canvas. We didn't block it out. But today was a day. Oh, also couldn't do sip on a day today like today because it's blowing. So,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
tell me a little bit about
absolutely.
how the
I mean,
access works.
we check. We do. We have our whole safety checks when we get
Sure.
here, and so we check the winds and everything, and kind of plan accordingly to that. But yeah, so as far as our recreational zip lines, we do have tours. We are reservation based, so um, don't get a ton of walk ups, but occasionally you can walk up and get on a tour. But typically, people will book it online or give us a call. You can typically get in the same day. When it comes to team building, that's usually a little bit in advance because
Okay.
we want to make sure that we customize it to their goals, their team goals and what they want to accomplish for the day.
I like that. I always have these segments of silence, which you guys really do need to appreciate until we have more subscribers and viewers and all that good stuff. And that's going through. What is the size of a team then? What would constitute a team? Is it 2 to 20, 2 to 200?
It honestly depends on the team. So
Okay.
we've had, as small as a group of 5 out,
Okay.
and then we have almost a group of 200 coming here shortly. We had 114 here last week. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
So, and you're very active in the community. I know I see you at chamber events. You're always out and promoting Empower
Mhm.
Adventures, and you give back. I mean, I know because just some of the auctions that I've called and things like that, we have opportunities where you all have donated some things to great causes and nonprofits in the area. As far as community involvement living in Oldsmar, do they have any love as far as discounts on the opportunity to come out here?
They do. So typically, we always have some sort of local deal going. The city employees, I think they get 10 or 15% off.
Okay.
We always try to take care of our locals any way we can. Last year with everyone with the hurricanes, we just had free zip lines just so people could come over and just get out of it wasn't a good time for everybody. So we wanted to give them a way to come out and just have some fun and smile. We want to put smiles on their faces. And
They
so
put a
that's
lot of
really what we're
faith
about.
in you. I mean, he's stepping this, stepping that, wired this, pulled that, and then I'm up here and I'm 65, 60 feet. 'Cause I'm 65
No,
feet.
absolutely.
Second highest elevation in Oldsmar. Oh, man, if I'd only had Trent, that's the next show over there. See that? That's a footbridge. Dylan, we're gonna have to figure out a way to get all that stuff over there. All right. So let's talk about your boys for just a minute, because you know what? You can't talk about them without a big smile. And you got a pretty smile. So you have a 9-year-old and 11-year-old, correct?
10 and 13. You're
I was
close.
close. There you go. Last time I talked to her and listened, it was a couple years. Anyway, 10 and 13, and they're playing for the Roos or what?
So my youngest, Easton,
Yep.
thankfully he likes baseball because he
Okay.
was named after a bat. But
I love it. Was he really?
yeah,
God bless you.
yeah, so he plays for the Roos, and then my son Tyler actually plays here in Oldsmar, right over there, plays tennis.
All
So
right.
he's a tennis player.
That's so awesome. I mean, that's a place I talked to Brandy Wright. We're going to get over there and we're going to showcase that amazing facility over there. How they doing this season?
They're doing great. They just won their last tournament. We have a tournament this weekend here, right here
Yep.
in Oldsmar. So hopefully we can bring home another ring. But either way, they have fun. That's
That's
what it's about.
awesome. And that's a commitment to have, isn't it? Yeah. Tell me what's the typical schedule for you baseball wise. I mean, we don't want to leave the tennis out. Back? All right, gotcha. I'm just doing this because it's very windy up here. You All right. So a typical travel ball schedule for you is what? I'm interviewing and filling in some blanks for myself as well.
No, you're all right. With the Ruse, it's great. We have a couple of practices during the week. We have one indoor, one outdoor. But my son would eat, sleep, and breathe baseball. So any
Sure.
chance he can get me out there in a glove, he's getting me out there.
I just feel lucky that we have that sport because my son Christopher, he's 9.5 years old. He absolutely loves it too, and it's just crazy how immersed he is in the sport. And I think about just the way it was when we were kids, growing up right here in the fine city of Oldsmar. By the way, there were fields right over there, right by the power plant, and then RE Olds, where the band shell is. That's
Mhm.
where we played.
Yeah.
And I have to laugh because he will ask me sometimes. He'll say, "Hey, Dad, how many bats did you have?" Like, what? We had a team bag, and if you could find a bat that didn't have nails in it, you were lucky, right? And the coaches, they were all very, very, very strict. It's not like today, right?
Right.
Because of my age, all of our coaches, they were coming back from Vietnam, they were coming back from Korea, World War II. I'm telling you right now. Now, granted, they were smoking a pack of Marlboros, sitting on the pitcher's mound, throwing to us, but things have totally, totally, totally changed. So the immersion is great because it is something that we can do every single day, not just looking forward to it 2 or 3 times a week. And I think it's fantastic. In fact, I have some ideas with Oldsmar Little League and maybe coming out here and doing some team building. I think that would be awesome.
Yep.
All right, so tell me who is the most famous person that has been on your zip line?
I honestly don't know.
No.
We we had Jersey Shore out here.
Okay.
That was interesting. So
Talk about a fish out of
yeah,
water. Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I mean, we get different groups, but I'd say probably Jersey Shore might be probably the one that most people would know
Okay. I love it. One more thing I was going to ask. So you're open every day?
every day,
Every
7 days a
single
week.
day.
Right
So
now, we're closed on Tuesdays temporarily, but yes, 7 days a week.
okay.
We're
That's the day they put in the new bolts or whatever
open.
oil the lines or whatever they might have to do. All right. Listen, I want you all to come out here to Empower Adventures. I want you to come out. I want you to get involved. This is right here in your backyard. And wherever it is that you're watching, yes, we are still in the Oldsmar area. Yes, right here in downtown, like downtown Oldsmar. You don't even think about it. We have a zip line. We have a frisbee golf course. Don't we have a frisbee golf course?
I did.
Yeah, we have frisbee golf course. We have Tampa Bay Downs right over we have amazing things, and so many people forget about that. And on a Saturday, you're thinking, where do I want to go? Maybe I drive to Orlando, or maybe I'll go out to the fairgrounds. No, stay home, right here. You have this incredible opportunity to come out and check out Empower Adventures. Now, I noticed that not only do you have the zip lines, but you have something called the leap of faith.
Mhm.
My twisted comedic brain does a lot with that, but what literally is the leap of faith? What is that?
So the leap of faith is basically a 25-foot pole that you climb. You stand on top and then you jump.
Who
And
catches you, Dylan?
no,
You
no,
catch?
yes, Dylan's down there with the ball glove. And no,
All right.
no, we have an auto belay system that we hook you to. And so when you take the leap, we have a volleyball and a tennis ball up there. The tennis ball is a little bit more challenging, but you can aim to try to hit one of those balls. And then the auto belay system will catch you and bring you down nice and slow.
Does it ever miss?
Do miss the ball or miss
No,
catching you? No,
catching
no,
you.
no. 100% safety 100% of the time,
Oh, yeah,
Chris.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm a slow learner. I went to public school. I seldom attended. Anyway, well, okay, so you got the leap of faith, and now I'm
Mhm.
looking over here at this. Is that a
Right?
footbridge?
That is a 200-foot suspension bridge.
Suspension bridge.
Yes.
Now, is there a line from there? Oh, there is a zip line. So not only do you zip line, and if you're not exhausted from that, now you got to walk uphill. I'm realizing this 65 feet up to the top of this bugger,
Right.
and then you zip down. Now, how many years has Empower Adventures been here?
So 9 years. Next year's going to be our 10-year anniversary.
That's incredible. That's so awesome. And you know what? I will tell you this. We try to stay away from politics, but we dip our toe in every now and then. How is it funded? Because I know that question comes up. Is this something that's on the city budget line? Is this something that is kind of co-responsibility? You're smirking. I'm taking
Well,
you into that.
we are funded by everyone that comes out to visit us,
Okay.
and we are partners with the city. So we actually share. So, it's a great partnership. The city gets some funding from us, and we get funding from everybody that comes out and has fun with us.
All right, I got you. I
Yeah.
should know that because at one point, believe it or not, in 2019, I had my name on the ballot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I
Oh,
don't know if you
good.
knew that. I did.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I got beat by a girl. Um, she's awesome, Dr. Kelly O'Brien. It was an exciting, really. We're so glad that Kelly was in that race because the guy that won it was Knapp, and if she wouldn't have been in there, it would have been your choice between a Bohr and a Knapp. So anyway, we had Kelly in there. Kelly did great. Andrew Knapp still serves us well. As a matter of fact, Andrew, you need to call me. I reached out to you yesterday. He works with Mike Lumen. I need to get him out here. We need to get all the city council members out here because I don't know. I haven't seen Mayor Gannon out here lately. I know she's going to be doing it. We want to make sure that you get your butt out here. So I'm going to try and put it on the screen. Empower Adventures, probably empoweradventures.com, right?
No, it's actually zipontampabay.com.
Maybe I should practice this or write it down. Folks, we had a lot of stuff written down. It blew away. And Dylan can only get my hat. So there you go. All right. I like the whole grip and rip and sip thing. That's kind of neat. Anything else you want to tell us about Empower Adventures while we're all the way up here?
We do a lot of parties too. So we have a lot of birthday parties that come out. And so bachelorette, bachelor parties, anniversaries.
Yeah, I gotta get on that list.
So,
The
yeah.
Bachelorette. list.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
You get your own special helmet, a little princess crown, and
wait a minute. What? Why do you laugh over there, Trent? Why do you laugh? I'm just thinking, entertainment. That's all. All right. So this place is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I had a way to pan around, and I suppose we will get there at some point. So you've had a lot of visitors here, right? From all over the place. Tell me, where do they come from, and how many of you had over the years? 9 years coming up. How many of you had? Where are they coming from?
so in the last 9 years, we've had over 90,000. We're almost at 100,000 visitors from all over. I mean, literally from international to Miami, Orlando, local, all the
Wow.
way spread out. We have people come from all over.
That's amazing. I mean, really. I was silly as I am, that's really cool because when you think about the impact, when you talk about people coming from all over the place, that means that our hotels are getting rooms booked,
Mhm.
our restaurants are having meals served, everything from rental car companies to you name it. We actually have that commercial interest going on here. That's awesome, and it just adds to it. I saw you over at Oktoberfest. Did you enjoy that?
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It really was. And when you're talking about impact, I mean, we really have had a huge economic impact. I'm going to be at the city council meeting tomorrow, actually giving a presentation. And as I was doing that, 8 out of 10
Wear your
people.
helmet. I think she should wear her
I don't
helmet.
think so.
Yeah, no, wear your
Katie
helmet.
would get a kick out of that. But no, so we've had, I would say, about 8 out of every 10 people that come to visit talk about somewhere else that they're going in the community, like Beats Farm. We have a lot of people that go
Oh
over and
yeah,
check out Beats Farm. They go to Tampa Bay Brewing. They go to Firestone. They're staying in the hotels. So we love that. Like
Firestone or
that's what it's
Flamestone?
all about. Flamestone. I'm
Flamestone,
sorry.
sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
It's okay.
So
You're welcome, Nick.
yeah. Sorry. But no, so it's amazing to see that economic impact as well. And,
I was talking to a good buddy of mine, Tom Price, the other day, and he was talking about people that come in to visit and they'll say, "Hey, what's to do in this town?" Are you kidding me? And all I could think of was that scene in Tommy Boy, like, all you can handle, bro. Right? We can go throw stuff off the bridge. We can cruise the 4-H chicks. No, man. Are you kidding me? Right here in Oldsmar, a quick Uber 5 minutes away. You got your zip line. You've got your Empower Adventures. You can do your team building. You can do your leap of faith. You can do
mhm,
and then you go over do grip and rip and sip or whatever that is over there at Tampa Bay Brewing Company. And they're off. By the way, racing starts in like 2 weeks.
yes,
You
yes.
going out?
Uh,
Do you like it?
I'm sure. Yeah.
You like it? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do.
I always root for the horse, not the jockey.
I
How do you
just
bet? Do you bet on the horse or the jockey?
I usually just bet on the name of the horse.
The
If I
blue one.
like the name of the horse, if they got a good color, I'm in.
Candy apple, I'm in. Candy apple on the outside. There we go. I love it. Oh,
Um,
I'm sticking to the rail here. We go on the outside. That's great. All right. Do you win?
Not usually.
You don't.
No.
All right. Do you ever go
Um,
over and play? You know what else they have over there, right?
Right. Well, I mean, at the one casino chamber event, I sat down to show my office manager how to play blackjack, and about part of the way in, realized we were playing poker. So you don't want me.
Beautiful.
You don't want me at your table.
If you no, 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 I really do. In fact, Trent and I were thinking about starting a game this afternoon. And if we're gonna go, Trent, it's okay. We'll
Um,
start with small stakes, and we'll go from
one thing I do want to talk about, Chris,
there. Tell me.
is I was talking about economic impact, really the impact that we have on people, because I told you as we were coming up here, like my palms are sweaty, which ironically,
And I
somebody
told
asked
you
me.
that happens a lot around me. That's okay. That's why I try to dummy it up.
But,
Yes.
it's true, like, we have a lot of people that come and they are terrified, like, in tears terrified. I mean, this is way outside their comfort zone.
Sure.
And, our guides are just amazing, and that's what we wanna do is just really to get them outside their comfort zone, and it is awesome to see somebody, like, down there, like, they are white, they are pale, they're not sure if they're gonna be able to do it. We encourage them, we don't force anybody to do anything,
Oh,
we're just
boo.
like, "Hey, go as far as you can and then take one more step, and then try to take one more step." But I absolutely love it when I'm talking to somebody down there and they are scared to death, and then they get done and they're like, "I'm so glad I did that. That was so amazing. I can't believe I did that. I'm gonna bring my family back. I'm gonna bring." And I think that's probably one of the most powerful things that I love about here is, yeah, it's fun. It's all good and fun, and you can have a blast. But when you get somebody out here who this truly like
Sure. Yep.
changes their life, and one thing I always say to people is, what's the hardest thing you've ever done in your life? This is gonna be way easier than
Oh, yeah.
so,
What's the worst
that,
thing that could happen? You
right,
would die, and
right,
nobody's died.
no, 100%
100%
safety,
safety, 100% of
100%
the
of the
time.
time,
So we have never killed one. You don't
exactly,
ever
so,
like model. Well, you could be the first. You never do that. Like you don't say that something like that. What is
oh,
the
no.
tap out? So if I suppose once you're committed, you're committed.
Well,
I mean, I don't see a way off.
we sort of well, we do, like, we can walk you back down or take you back down. We have ways on every single platform to get people down because obviously in bad weather, we have to get people off the platforms and so forth, and so we do. We have about we call it a 5-minute threshold,
Okay.
and honestly, that's because internally it does something to you if you wait any longer than that. So if we
Ah,
can't get them to take the leap and take the step and within 5 minutes, sometimes you just need to decompress. So we bring them back down and say, "Hey, take a deep breath."
or a sip.
And yeah, no,
Major, I'm
but
trying, buddy.
and sometimes, they're like, "You know what? I wanna try it again." And that's awesome. And sometimes they say we give them a voucher, they come back and they do it again. And there's something empowering
And
about
do
that,
they?
And they do.
And
They
so,
really do.
how many people? What is the percentage? I mean, it's very small. What is the percentage of people that tap out and go, you know what? I appreciate it. Thanks for putting me in this cool harness and this helmet, but I'm not doing this.
Honestly, I don't know if I could give you a percentage, but it's small. I would
Very
say it's
small.
small
Yep.
because most of the time, if they get up these stairs, they'll do it.
Okay.
Uh,
And now you do. That led me to something else. So you do have a few limitations, right? What is
yes.
the youngest
Yep.
that you can? What is the oldest? And then are there weight limits and that kind of thing?
Absolutely. So our youngest is 7 years old, so you have to
Okay.
be at least 7. No age max. We actually had a amazing woman out here for her 93rd birthday. She'd never done anything adventurous in her life. Her son called me and said, "My mom is turning 93 and she wants to have her
Hey, he
birthday
had to be
party."
saying he was 75. And
And
I'd like to book my mother. She's
yeah,
93 years old. Just speak up, please. You know you're
yeah,
talking into a sock. Keep going.
right, yeah. It was pretty awesome. And so, in our weight limits, you do have to weigh at least 70 pounds and not be over 270 pounds.
Okay.
So,
Is there a scale down there?
we
You just
do.
kind of go,
We weigh everybody
uh,
100% safety 100% of the time. So
okay.
we weigh everybody to make sure you're within the weight. The wind obviously is a big factor because if you're 70 pounds, you might not make it across the line and
That's an issue.
in a heavy wind. So, but
You give
we're
him a good
trained
shove.
and
What do you do? If they're too light, do you give an extra little?
I won't answer that.
Like somebody just holding on at the other end of the wire. Like, come on, come on. Have you ever had anybody stuck? You had to have at least one person stuck.
We
Come
I mean,
on.
we have, and that's you probably saw it. I mean, we were, on the news and,
Oh, really?
yes,
I missed it.
yes, unfortunately. But with adventure, I think you just have to keep in mind that, they expect the unexpected,
Sure.
right? Which is why Oldsmar Fire Department, I'll give them a plug. They are amazing, and we've trained with them. They've come out here and done training with our guides. So we don't have those situations.
So you couldn't have that back in the 70s because it was still a volunteer thing.
Mhm,
So trying to find them all
right.
at the same time. Excuse me, we got somebody stuck in the wire. No, not good. All
Yeah.
right, so you did have one person stuck, but that's
Right.
okay. And
And
were
so, I
they
mean, in 9 years, that was the only one time that we didn't get them back on the line, that the
sure?
fire department came out, but we're trained, our guides are trained, they can go out on the line and pull guests in if they don't make it across,
I
but
imagine your training's got to be extensive.
it is. It's
Lots
very
of it, and
extensive
keep
and
going,
lots of
ongoing.
reps and constant checks,
Okay.
right? So we're constantly checking our guides and making sure, and we have safety stand downs, and again, like, we have the fire department come out,
What's
we
a
do
safety
training.
stand down?
Safety stand down is where we basically get our entire team together and just that exactly like go through, check equipment, check, our
How do you check if
process, make
somebody's
sure.
stuck in the wire? You put a big old basket like garbage out there or something? What do
No,
you
I
do?
mean we
Bale of
we'll
hay?
we'll pull ourselves out there and then somebody comes out and retrieves.
I want to try it.
We have a self retrieval process. We have, so there's lots of things to keep everybody safe.
I think there'd be a country song in there like Wild Boar Stuck on a Wire, something. I want to go down there and see how good you guys are. We're going to get in there. We're going to save today. It's too windy.
Right. It is a little
Yeah,
windy,
safety
but
first, 100%. Safety
safety
100%
100%
of
of
the
the
time,
time.
which means we'll probably just have to go and grip and sip instead of rip or whatever. I love it. All right, Trent, how are we doing on time, buddy? Beautiful. I love it. I love it. All right, cool. So more involvement that you got going on. Well, we have a lot going on. So do you know about Major was promoting? We have the Badass Beer Festival coming up.
I saw that.
That's badass.
Mhm.
It's a beer festival. Yes, that would be. Are you going to be there? Are you going to have a presence there? Because you all are normally at these events.
We do. We do. We try to participate in everything, so I'm certain that we'll have a table there and be there.
We're going to be on. We're going to be on. I don't know if you know this, Trent. We're going to be on videocast. We're going to be on Podcast Row. So we're gonna have a presence there, and I'm gonna have
Cool.
everybody swing by and talk about it. So you should bring a little mini zip line, a little prop.
We did that with the golf, the little golf tournament thing.
I love it.
We partnered with Tampa Bay. We had our hole there, and we created a little zip line for our miniature golf.
Your miniature golf.
So
Yes.
you had to zip line the ball, and then wherever it landed is where you teed off.
Maybe we could put little lizards on there or something, and we get the little tiny little helmet and put them on there. Like we get like a little, I don't know, maybe a ping pong ball helmet or something, and put it on there and zip them down and see how that goes. I like the idea. For sure. So we got the Badass Beer Fest coming up. They also have Celebrate Oldsmar. It's going to be right around the corner.
Mhm.
And I have to laugh when I see things like Oldsmar Days and Celebrate Oldsmar and all that good stuff. We moved here in 1973 from town and country, right?
Yeah.
I feel like somebody should be yodeling in the background because this was just no man's land. And we ended up here because the Gran Torino broke down and we never left. So there was none of this stuff. The idea of Oldsmar Days and the founders was my dad and Beaverland and a couple other guys burning a few hot dogs and pulling down a bunch of whatever the tobacco of the day was. And the whole thing was over by 2 o'clock. Now we have 3 days of this stuff.
Right.
We have Oldsmar Days and nights. We have Celebrate Oldsmar. We have Freedom Fest coming up. We got Badass Beer Festival, folks. We know how to do it. I want to do something right here, though. I want to do a festival here at Empower Adventures. I think we need to do that.
Yeah,
'Cause you got these pavilions going on.
we
You're part of
did.
a park.
We are. We recently did like a Boo on the Bayou. It was really the first event that we've hosted out here. It was the very first event we've had, and so we plan on trying to do a little bit more of that.
Okay.
Just get the community together.
What was
It's
Boo in the
beautiful.
Bayou?
We just did
And that's the bayou
$29
right
zip
there.
line, so people could just walk up and sign up to go zip. We had vendor tables out here. We had some awesome vendors who had candy at the table, so the kids could come
that's
out and trick
great.
or treat.
Yeah.
We had a food truck out here, so it was really the first time we've had an event out here. But we want to do more of that. We do have a lot of like Baca was just out here. We do some networking events.
Okay.
We'll host those to get people out here and just experience. I mean, this is just a beautiful property.
So if you haven't been out here, again, I told you, and by the way, Oldsmar, we are named. We have so many parks. It's unbelievable. So this park is what? The Mobley?
So we're part of Mobley Bayou Reserve,
Bayou
but
Reserve,
this
yeah, I
is
know
we're
this
right
one.
behind Bicentennial Park. So this is Bicentennial up here, and we're right behind them.
Okay. All right. And so these pavilions that I can see right here, are these something that we can reserve?
Right. Those are actually reserved through the city of Oldsmar.
Okay, and we have lots of pavilions, folks. There's
Mhm.
Sheffield Park. I mean, there's so many parks. I mean,
Right.
It's unbelievable. So you can come out here. You can spend an entire afternoon. You can bring the kids, bring the whole family. I know it's. By the way, we're laughing here. This is just fun. So we are 60 feet in the air, second highest position in Oldsmar. That's 65 over there. We got all the way up here. The wind is blowing pretty good. I had this hat on and it blew off. And Dylan, our safety guy, went down there and grabbed my hat. So we got everything all set up, and it's obviously a windy day. And I'm not sure if you've noticed. If you haven't noticed, I'm going to point it out. We forgot one thing, and that was windscreens. We were able to find one in our flight case, and then we improvised right over here. So if you look at the beautiful Jessica right here, she's literally, when you say it's a wind sock, it's a wind sock, and she insisted on using her own. Although all the boys here offered their socks, you decided you would use your own. Well, I think it's working, right? We're filtering good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I really, really appreciate you being here. I forget to talk about myself when I'm on these things. So, listen, I can sell your house, I can sell everything inside, folks. This is the time of the year. I'll brag about this for a minute, where I do a lot of benefit auctions. And one that I have coming up this Thursday is the American Caribbean Maritime Foundation. It's a lot to say. These folks are amazing. And Genevieve Metzger is the gal who runs it. And the whole idea behind this is letting, I don't know if I call them second world countries, I guess, access to the maritime industry through scholarships and things like that. And they've
Hmm,
hired me to come in and perform for them. Next week, our friend Devin Pappas, you know Devin?
I don't know if I do.
You probably know if you saw her. Anyway, Devin Pappas, who recently won Philanthropist of the Year in the Tampa Bay area, she's going to be my guest, and I'm going to be promoting her denim and diamonds
Oh, I
at
do
the
know.
Sand
Yeah.
Keys Sheraton. Yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Yeah, for sure. And she has a group called Raising Relief Foundation, and of course, last year it was amazing because they were able to help so many of us in the hurricane. I was going to ask about that real quick, and then we'll end on something super positive. But yeah, so if you indeed have a benefit that a nonprofit organization, you need some help, I'm more, just call me. It's all good. No matter what, I will at least help you. And I always say this: if I can't personally work your event, I will at least help you and give you some pointers on how to maximize your fundraising. So, talk to me about this one. Just oh my goodness, what was this place looking like after Hurricane Helene last year?
Chris, I always think it's hard to be too down about it because I
Sure.
feel like we were very blessed here. We, had some water damage. Our platform over by the obstacles was damaged. And of course, we all took a major financial hit,
Sure
right?
did. Sure.
But for the most part, I feel like we were very blessed. We didn't have to do a ton of repairs. We really held up well,
Yeah,
kind of, which is why we tried to open as quickly as possible and gave out free tours
that's
because we
awesome.
just wanted people
How
to
how high
smile.
up did the water come?
So our down here, it was completely covered up all the way up to the barn. The water, we again got very blessed because the water actually came up right to our stairs.
Well,
So it didn't actually come into our offices.
interesting.
It stopped right at the base of the stairs down there. So
How about that? So as we sit here and I point that way, and you see the bridge that goes into Safety Harbor,
mhm,
so the other end of that is Harbor Palms, and that's
right.
where we make our home. And unfortunately, we had about 10 inches of water in our house, so
Mm,
kind of wrecked the way. But the reason I said I'm going to end on something very positive was because folks like you, and talking about what you did, allowing people to come out and just blow off some steam from, gosh, chainsawing oak trees out of their front yard and their driveways and all that stuff was the community coming together. It
mhm,
was unbelievable. Like the day of, people came by. Gosh, I remember Jenny McCarthy coming by. She had Chick-fil-A sandwiches for everybody. Like
oh,
we
yeah.
all just kind of, it was the strangest thing in the world because it's like all of a sudden Oldsmar, and I know the whole Bay Area did it, but it was specifically Oldsmar and being Oldsmar proud, hit the pause button, and everybody's like, "What do you need? What do
Right.
you need?" Putting themselves first, and here it is a year later, and we're still trying to recover. We live indoors now, so that's
Right.
good.
Mhm,
I don't have to be in an RV anymore.
right.
But folks like you, folks like me, folks like the ones that we just talked to in the last several days, everybody pitched in and pulled together, and that
Mhm.
really is the spirit of Oldsmar. We're winding down right now, so is there anything else you want to do? Talk about Empowered Ventures, how they get a hold of you, put your website on, telephone number, that kind of thing. In fact, if you would just tell us the number and the website again so that when we edit, we can actually put it on, that'd be great.
Sure. Yeah. The phone number is 813-448-5635. And our website is zipontampabay.com. Um, they can reach me at jessica@zipontampabay.com. They can shoot me an email. Yeah, and I would say the only other thing I want to mention because we're pretty excited about this
Yeah,
is that
the Wild Boar Show.
we the
Oh,
Wild Boar Show. Yeah, yeah, that,
I get
of course.
it.
I mean, this is one of our. Yeah, you're the most famous person we've had now. So, but we just hit over 6,000 5-star reviews,
That's
which is
crazy. I love it.
we're pretty happy with that because that's what it's all about, right?
For
People
sure.
coming and loving and just being a part of it.
Jessica at zipon.com.
Zip on Tampa Bay.
Zip on
So,
Tampa Bay. I missed
yes.
Tampa Bay. Sorry, zipontampabay.com. I
Yep.
love it. My friend, thank you so much for being my guest here. And now, by the way, we got to get all this stuff down. So if you're in the Oldsmar area, I guess we're going to edit this and we're going to post it a little bit later. Folks, listen, hey, like it, subscribe it. Even if you can't watch the entire 30 minutes, do us that favor. Please like it, subscribe it. If you would like to be on the Wild Boar Show, we don't take just anybody. Please apply. You get the idea of what we're looking for. We're looking for some cool backgrounds and some cool stories and some really, really cool people to make this show great. I really appreciate all of you again. Benefit auctions, any auction opportunities. If you're a real estate agent and you have a listing that is just dying on the vine or it's just not zipping down the line, you know who to call. Give me a call. Be more than happy to help you out. Check us out at thewildboarshow.com. I thank you all very much for tuning in. Jessica, thank you, my dear.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. We're out.